Hey there everyone, again it's Mazik here with yet another one of my movie reviews, this time spoiler free, and for your enjoyment we're going to talk about the newest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Sorcerer Supreme himself, Doctor Strange. Now, I can't not say this immediately right off the bat. If you're thinking about seeing this movie, which you're most likely going to see it regardless of what I say, but if you're definitely one of those people who's sort of like on the fence about, oh, do I see this in IMAX? Do I see it in 3D? Do I just see the movie in general for regular viewing? You're doing yourself an extreme disservice to not see this movie in IMAX 3D. If you have the opportunity to see it in IMAX 3D, it's another worldly experience. There are bits and there's moments in this movie where you truly experience what it's like to go through the multiverse, really exploring Marvel's first look into magic and the understanding of other dimensions in the Marvel universe. So when you're on this journey, this time that you're going flying through it all, you want to be able to sort of like immerse yourself into that experience. And the first time seeing it through, it was unreal. It's an unreal experience to really just see yourself delve into the multiverse. So if you're on the fence about it, you don't know if you want to spend the extra money, it's worth it. It improves the movie like a million times. Just visuals alone make this movie one of the best Marvel movies they've ever made. Just visually, hats off to the visual team and the general effects team, because this was just seriously one of the most well put together, visually stunning, immaculate pieces of Marvel work ever. If visually they don't win a major award, I will be extremely disappointed, because even people that are just like, into regular general effects, like, they're going to lose their mind over how well done it was. So, off the visual now, let's actually talk about the storyline, actors, and things like that. Going into this movie, I knew it was going to be an origin story, obviously, because we've never heard of Doctor Strange except for bits and pieces during the previous Marvel movies. But the best part about this movie is that because it's an origin story, you can jump in with relatively no knowledge of any other Marvel movie and really be pleased with the story that's put in front of you. You're given a lot like an Iron Man-esque, like the original Iron Man almost type of storyline, where you're given this person who's arrogant, set in their ways, best of the best, smart person. You got Cumberbatch here, who's playing Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange, who's like the world's most renowned neurosurgeon, best of the best. And you really understand the kind of person this is right off the bat whenever he's performing surgeries freestyle, which with no aid of machines, even though they're like highly recommended that he use machines in some of his surgeries. And it's just, you see this arrogance almost, this character that has a lot of a block against learning something new because he already knows everything when it comes to medicine. So basically, you think to yourself, oh, this character's already hit a brick wall because he's not going to learn anything more because he doesn't obviously want to learn anything. Well, that's basically the storyline itself of the whole movie, is Cumberbatch learning to open up his mind to new things and new possibilities. So that is the main conflict through this entire movie. Basically, Cumberbatch truly fighting himself to try to learn more to become Doctor Strange. To not get into too much of the plot, because I'd like to avoid that, but the casting along with this, Rachel McAdams plays sort of like the quirky love interest of Doctor Strange. She plays Christine Palmer in the movie. She's basically, I'm not sure, it's not really clear. At the beginning, it's kind of inferred that she's a nurse, but I'm led to believe she's a doctor because she's called Dr. Palmer in the movie a couple times, but it's not really 100% clear because she's not addressed as Dr. Palmer in the main websites, but she seems to have the knowledge of a doctor, so I would assume she's either extremely well done nurse practitioner or PA, or a doctor. And that being said, she is sort of like the love interest of Cumberbatch. She tries to keep him grounded in the movie, because that's the thing with Marvel movies. There's always one character who's outside of the whole superhero thing that sort of keeps them grounded to being human. So that's kind of like what she plays in this. She does a great job. She's a phenomenal actress, and I really feel like when I look at the actress scope, Tilda Swinton, I can never say his name right, but Okafor playing Mordo, all these Mads Mikkelsen, oh my god, like every single one of these actors. This is really, it's only like six really big, well-known actors and actresses, but it's the fact that those six actors and actresses are extremely well-known actors and actresses, so they just fill the roles really well. This is like, for a Marvel origin story that's about one guy, really, it's got some stars behind it. It's got some real star power to it. So when you take a look at this, you see a couple other characters that I'll talk about. You got the Ancient One. This is the person who's sort of like the owner of teaching magic to people of this realm. That's going to be played by Tilda Swinton. She's the same actress who played in Constantine, the role that I see her as in this role still as this role, because she's still got that very holy, sort of like all-knowing feel of Gabriel from Constantine. And that's the same role I get in this one, but she's a little bit more obviously calm, collect, and kind of a badass. So you get to know her character as the Ancient One, and obviously characters like Okafor's Mordo. He's sort of like the sidekick, which is not really fair because Mordo is a great character, but there's a lot to Mordo that can't really be explained without spoiling anything for future films and this film. So, avoiding talking about Mordo too much, but he is sort of the sidekick of Doctor Strange in this movie, as well as Mads Mikkelsen playing the Caecilius. Caecilius is the bad guy's character's name in this movie. He's sort of like the guy who was good, saw through some of the BS that he was being taught, and was like, I'm not going to believe it, and I'm going to go bad. So, obviously, Mads Mikkelsen, great character. He is literally a Bond villain in this movie. He's just sort of like there. He's a badass, knows a lot of really cool magic, a lot of dark magic. Obviously, that's the thing. It's like good magic versus dark magic, and sort of like that typical balance of power in any other magic movie. But it's really cool because this is the first time that Marvel's really introduced us to magic. We've seen several other times in the Marvel cinematic universe where they've had things that were magical, but they aren't ever defined as magic. Thor's hammer is celestial and godlike. Scarlet Witch you think is magic, but it's actually not magic at all because she was created through science and uses of the Tesseract. So it's like, okay, well, she's not really magic either. She's also some type of science. But this is the first time we actually have people that are creating something that is non-tech based. It's nothing. This is just from what you already have inside of you. This is just magic. So it's really cool for them to be able to define it and give it a place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's obvious to say it's completely different. Because when you look at Thor's hammer, you think, oh, that's magic too, but you don't. You want to compare it, but this makes it a clear definition, a clear line of what is magic and what is not. So they did a phenomenal job of being able to explain that. And like I said, when you really get into the visuals of it, and then they go in and they show you the multiverse, it's just such a ride and such an experience. So I'll go ahead and close up this video so it's not too long, and that way I don't accidentally spoil anything. But basically, this is a great, phenomenal movie. Probably one of the most fun experiences I've had watching a movie in a Marvel movie in a theater since the first time I saw Iron Man. Like, it was just a non-stop ride. You're with it the entire time. There's always action. There's not like a lot of over your head learning type of stuff. It's very right there in front of you, and you can just enjoy the ride because it's explained so easily and in a unique and fun way that you can sort of just, oh, okay, it makes sense. I want to remind everybody that there will be 2 post-credit scenes in this movie. So if you go to the movies and you duck out after the first one, you're missing out because the second one is huge. The second one is, you can't not see it. It's imperative for future coming movies. You need to stay all the way through the credits because there are 2. One about a minute and a half into the credits, and then another at the very end after all the thank yous. So make sure you stick around for that. Can't think of too much more to say about this movie. It was phenomenal. 5 out of 5. I'm gonna see it again, 100%. Gonna go see it in IMAX again. Don't care how much it costs. It's a great movie, worth it every time. So make sure you go out there, make sure you check out the movie. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, whatever you think you need to do to let me know that you think I did a good job, bad job, things I can do to improve. Gonna put out more videos like this the more often I can go see it. Rogue One's next month, so I'm definitely gonna be doing a video for that. like I said, hit me up. If any questions like that, check out the spoiler-free review once you check out the movie, and then as always, stay cool and check me out next time.